This is awesome. Good afternoon, and welcome to this very special event. Today we will unveil and dedicate a memorial wall in honor of 14 Alden High School graduates who were killed in action dating back to 1943 and World War II. We have some very special guests here with us today. We honor you today as well. Let us begin by standing and joining with Park Street Voices as they sing America the Beautiful. Please be seated. Thank you to Mrs. Neiman and Park Street Voices. Welcome again, one and all. My name is Kevin Ryan. It has been my honor to serve as the high school principal here in Alden for the past 20 years. It is my pleasure to have you all here this afternoon to be part of this memorial dedication. This day and event marks the culmination of almost 2 years' worth of ideas, conversations, meetings, and ultimately the production of the memorial wall to be unveiled shortly. I want to first thank Mr. Mike Bennett, seated over here to my left. Not only is Mike the Board of Education president, he is also an Army veteran. Mike served in the U.S. Army from 1989 to 1991 during Operation Desert Storm as an armor crewman, a driver of the M1A1 Abrams tank. The 1st Tiger Brigade, part of the 2nd Armored Division, played a significant role for the 2nd Marine Division. They were heavily involved in the ground campaign, which began in February of 1991. Specifically, they supported Marine units as they advanced north from Saudi Arabia through Kuwait oil fields. They destroyed or captured numerous enemy vehicles, along with claiming a significant number of Iraqi prisoners and casualties. Thank you for your service, Mike. I knew, of course, that Mike would be the ideal partner for this endeavor. He instantly signed on after we considered the idea. He would text me when he had ideas or send me pictures of other memorials he encountered. I cannot thank him enough for his experience, his passion, wisdom, as we work to turn our vision into a reality. Personally speaking, I do not have a military background, only a deep and abiding respect for those who serve and have served our great country. Recently, I've thought a good deal about the origins of that respect, even going back to my childhood. Of course, it can be, in part, attributed to how I was raised by my parents. I've also had people in my life who have served in the military with honor. A member of what is known as the Greatest Generation, my Uncle Pat served in World War II before he was even 20 years old. He recently passed at the age of 93 and is interred at the Western New York National Cemetery in Corfu, New York, just down the road from here. My brother-in-law, a West Point grad, served overseas in Stuttgart, Germany during the Cold War era. My college roommate was a U.S. Marine of the highest character, and through him I met some incredible men and women who have served our country, including a Navy SEAL. In my 20 years here in Alden and through the many Veterans Day Assembly and Bring a Vet to School programs, I have encountered countless veterans. Some of them are here today. All of them have enriched my life and bolstered my respect for those who serve. There is one more person, though, that I haven't mentioned. His name is Alfie Wright. His son, Alfie Wright Jr., also known as Gus, and daughter Maureen are here in the audience today. I cannot thank them enough for being here. You see, Alfie Wright was my high school English teacher at Bishop Timon High School in South Buffalo. He was a larger-than-life figure who was both revered and beloved by generations of young men. He is the reason I became an English teacher. And believe me, there are many others who became teachers and writers because of Mr. Wright. So why am I telling you about my high school English teacher? You see, Alfie Wright was also an Army veteran who served as an intelligence officer in World War II. He was the second youngest of 11 children. His baby brother, Jim Wright, was killed in action in Belgium during the Battle of the Bulge. Sean Kirst, then of the Buffalo News, published a Memorial Day article last year in which he shared Alfie's story and some of the poetry that he wrote about the loss of his brother. In his poem titled To Jim, he wrote, "Where are the dreams we left behind? How many moments or years ago? Why is it now my fevered mind murmurs and murmurs soft and low? Come back, ye erstwhile days, vibrant with autumn, young with spring. Eventides filled with their purple haze, dawnings that joy in our hearts would fling. Gone are they all, and my dreams now spent. Seek not tomorrow, the next born day. Gone with the part of me that went with you, my brother, when you went away." Mr. Wright, also from the Greatest Generation, did not talk about the war or the loss of his brother. But through literature, he most certainly and most deliberately taught us about grief, loss, and the stark realities of war. One of his favorite wartime poets was Wilfred Owen, a British poet and soldier who lived from 1893 to 1918. He was killed in action during World War I at the age of 25, 1 week before armistice. Owen's poetry is a first-hand account of war and why Mr. Wright wanted his students to read it. It wasn't sugar-coated, it didn't extol the glory of war. Rather, Owen's poetry shared the bitter truth about war and loss, a reflection of Mr. Wright's own experiences. Perhaps Owen's famous poem, the one I will never forget, is titled Dulce et decorum est. I can still hear Mr. Wright reciting this poem in class. Owen took the title of the poem from the Roman poet Horace, the full line being Dulce et decorum est pro patria mori, a Latin phrase meaning it is sweet and fitting to die for one's country. While Horace used this phrase to stir patriotic sentiment and proclaim the glory of war, Owen subverts it in his poem by portraying the grim realities of war and death. In the final stanza of the poem, Owen flat out rejects Horace's claim when he writes, "My friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie. dulce et decorum est pro patria mori. On this Memorial Day, and every Memorial Day, those who have lost loved ones to war may forever seek to reconcile the contrary emotions of familial pride and profound sadness. My only guess is that reconciling the two is near impossible and mostly futile. In the end, the only antidote I can conceive is that of remembrance. Thomas Campbell wrote, "To live in hearts we leave behind is not to die." This is our business, our duty today and every day, to remember. This memorial we are about to unveil and dedicate now will forever be a reminder to us and those that follow of these 14 sons from Alden, New York. Thank you. This time I'd like to welcome to the podium Superintendent of Schools, Adam Stoltman.
Thank you. Before I begin, I'm going to go off script a little bit. I find it only fitting today that we're here not only on Memorial Day weekend, but also as a tribute to our incredible veterans. But Mr. Ryan will enter into retirement here very shortly. And for those of you that know him, he hit a little bit on the Veterans Day Assembly. This topic is an incredible passion of his. And the fact that he is concluding his career with an incredible memorial like this that will live on forever here within the school he led so greatly for 20 years is something special. And we'll never forget it, Kevin. So thank you for all of your commitment, not only to the kids and the education, but for making sure that our community is remembered in this way. Students, families, and the greater Alden community, today we gather not merely to remember, but to honor, to pay tribute to the extraordinary courage, commitment, and ultimate sacrifice of 14 brave servicemen who gave their lives in the line of active duty. This incredible program and tribute would not have been made possible without the vision and dedication of Mr. Kevin Ryan, our high school principal, and as he shared, Mr. Michael Bennett, current president of the school board and U.S. Army veteran. Their dedication and collaboration with the Alden Historical Society, local businesses, and the families of the lost in battle will forever be on display to my left. These fallen soldiers stood tall when it mattered most. In the face of danger, when fear could have taken a hold, they chose duty. They chose their brothers in arms. They chose us, the people of the country, and the freedom we often take for granted. We speak of their sacrifice not as a number, not as 14, but as 14 lives, 14 families, 14 legacies. Each man had dreams, they had loved ones, stories, and a future that they laid down so that others could have theirs. Each one also was an Alden community member, a graduate of this incredible district, much like many in attendance today or watching via live stream. Their dedication was not only to a mission, but to an idea that peace is worth fighting for, that freedom must be defended, and that the bonds forged in service are sacred and unbreakable. Let us never forget that our peace is built upon their courage. Let us carry their memory, not only in words spoken on solemn days like today and this weekend, but in the way we live, lead, and love our country. To the families who carry the heaviest burden, your sons are heroes. Your brothers are heroes. On the front lines of history, and they will forever stand tall in our hearts. To the fallen, we salute you, we honor you, and above all, we thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Now please welcome to the podium, Mr. Mike Bennett.
I'd first like to say, on behalf of the Board of Education, thank you for coming out today. I'd also like to say thank you to Sophie and Sylvia. They did a great job on doing this memorial. It's beautiful, and they should be proud of it. Their family should be proud of them, and I just want them to get some recognition. I'd also like to take a minute to say thank you to Mr. Ryan for all he has done for the veterans. I know you would say he doesn't deserve recognition, but he has done so much to make sure veterans and their service to our country is remembered. He has held an annual Veterans Day assembly in the high school for over a decade. He believes it's important for our students to hear directly from veterans about their time in the service. So thank you, Kevin, for everything you have done to make sure our veterans are not forgotten. I served in the U.S. Army. I'm a veteran of the Persian Gulf War. I unfortunately know the sadness, heartache, and pain of losing a brother in arms on the battlefield. Sorry. My platoon sergeant when I first got to Fort Hood was Sergeant First Class Harold Whiskey. He would later become our battalion master gunner. He was killed in action on February 26, 1991. Sorry. He was a good man who took care of his soldiers. And 34 years later, I still think of him all the time. He was only 28 years old, a father of two, and he never got to see his children grow up. General Douglas MacArthur once said, "The soldier, above all others, prays for peace, for he must suffer and bear the deepest wounds and scars of war." Since World War I, over 623,000 U.S. service members have been killed in action. World War II alone had over 405,000. I just think of all the families that their brothers and sisters, sons or daughters, never came home. This is why they say old soldiers don't ever want to see another war or conflict. They don't want to go through the pain of losing a buddy, and they don't want any more families to go through the sadness and pain of losing a loved one. This memorial dedication today will ensure that these soldiers, sailors, and Marines are not forgotten by their school and community. Our hometown heroes you see on this memorial were service members that walked these halls or the building across the way. They were graduates of Alden High School, not much older than some of the students that are here today. They were just young people answering the call and serving their country when they made the ultimate sacrifice. And for that, we are forever grateful. For the families, we know nothing will ease the pain. But please know they will forever be in our hearts and that we will never forget them. This memorial will ensure that future generations of Alden students and our community will recognize these service members and pay their respect to them. It is the hope of all of us here today, that no other names will get added to this memorial. General George S. Patton once said, and I'll paraphrase it, "It is foolish and wrong to mourn the men and women who died. Rather, we should thank God that such men and women lived." And I think we're thankful every single day for them. And just this Memorial Day, just take a moment to recognize every service member that gave their life for our country. Thank you.
Now for the unveiling of the memorial and presentation of the 14 fallen heroes. At this time, I'm going to invite Sylvia Whitmer and Sophia Mikulski to stand on either side of the memorial as we prepare to reveal and dedicate it. Before I give the girls the honor of pulling back the curtains, I just want to take this opportunity to introduce these two incredible students. They are both seniors who will be graduating in a few short weeks. I could stand up here and talk for an hour or more about each of them and still wouldn't scratch the surface of who they are and what they do. They are both superstars. They are the best of the best. As members of the Bulldog manufacturing team, Sylvia and Sophia were the perfect pair to take the lead on this very important project. They didn't disappoint. From coming up with different design ideas, scheduling meetings, staying on track with our deadline, to craftsmanship that you are about to see that is second to none. I want to reiterate and emphasize before they draw back the curtain that these two incredible young ladies are responsible for designing and manufacturing this memorial right here in Alden High School down the hall. So without any further ado, ladies, please unveil the memorial wall. At this time, Sophia will now begin with the dedication.
The Alden Hometown Heroes Memorial is dedicated to who were killed in action, established by the Board of Education in February of 2025.
There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friend. John 15:13.
Alden High School honors the following fallen heroes.
Calvin Almquist, United States Navy, 1943.
Henry Heist, United States Army, 1943.
Walter Heist, United States Army, 1944.
Robert Bowling, United States Army, 1944.
Arthur Carroll, United States Army, 1944.
Robert Hahn, United States Army, 1944.
Alan Savage, United States Army, 1944.
Chester Malinowski, United States Army, 1945.
Henry Jarazal, United States Marines, 1945.
Richard Winiger, United States Marines, 1945.
Lester Toolman, Jr., United States Army, 1953.
John Strait, United States Army, 1969.
Robert McCarthy, United States Marines, 1969.
Brett Gornowitz, United States Army, 2012.
Thank you to Alden Community Scholarship Foundation, Alden Central School District Administrators Association, Board of Education, PTO organizations, Alden Hook and Ladder, Alden State Bank, Bulldog Manufacturing, County Limestone, Deluxe Laser Works, Jim and Mary McCarthy, Keith and Michelle Hoffman, Millgrove Fire Department, Vandenberg Incorporated.
Special thank you to the following: Miss Karen Moko, the Alden Town and Village Historian, Mr. Michael Bennett, Army veteran and Board of Education President, and Mr. Kevin Ryan, High School Principal, and supporter of veterans.
Of course, the last two names under the heading of special thanks are these two young ladies, Sylvia Whitmer and Sophia Mikulski, both, as I said, who are responsible for the design and manufacturing of the memorial. With that, I'm going to invite the girls to take a few minutes to share with all of you some reflections on their work.
So we made this memorial with a lot of inspirations from Mr. Ryan and Mr. Bennett. We had multiple consultations with them throughout the process. For my parts, a lot of these were designed on Illustrator and then also using Fusion to cut them out and stuff on the machines. For the title sign up top, Mr. Ryan created the Hometown Heroes name for the memorial, and we had a couple of variations for what this title sign would look like, but we ended up going with this straight line and adding some LED lights behind to improve the legibility, and the color is purple to match with our purple heart down below. We also, for the flag, found inspiration from a picture Mr. Ryan found, and we really like the contrast between the wood and the black flag on top. For both the black flag on top and this title sign, they are made out of mild steel, and I cut them out on our plasma cutter, where our plasma table, and the manufacturers then prepared it to be sent to an industry partner where it was powder coated.
So going into this project, we knew that we wanted the flag to kind of act as the focal point of the memorial. And so we wanted something that physically took up a lot of space on the memorial and also caught your eye. So we also worked on finding a quote that would encapsulate what the memorial was about, and Mr. Bennett found this quote here, and so that's how we decided on that. Again, we recognized the importance of this taking up a big part of the memorial, and because of that, our largest laser engraver was not able to work with the size of the flag, and so we actually had to reach out to an industry partner to use one of their machines to do the engraving on here. And so I was able to take the wood to their facility and use their machine and do it there. So thank you to them.
For the shapes you see next to the plaque, we were trying to find things that really symbolize the meaning of this memorial. So for this one on the left, for those of you who don't know, it's a soldier's cross, which is a symbolic arrangement of a soldier's personal items, typically including boots, a rifle, a helmet, and dog tags. It is used as a symbol of a cross on the battlefield or at the base camp for a soldier who has been killed.
On the other side, we have our Purple Heart, which was established by General George Washington in 1782 and acts as the oldest active military medal in the United States. As engraved on the memorial, the Purple Heart is a United States military decoration awarded to service members who are wounded or killed in action.
For these shapes and the middle pieces, they are made out of crayon, and I had to do a couple test pieces, and once we made sure all the settings and everything was right, anything you see that isn't text was cut out on our CNC router table.
So as Sylvia said, she did a couple test pieces of the corian to make sure everything would turn out smoothly. And we've also never engraved on epoxy before, so this is engraved right on epoxy. So we needed to test that as well. So using one of the test pieces Sylvia made, we tested that, and once we were certain of the settings and of the colors for the final pieces, we were able to fill them with epoxy, engrave them, and then paint in the text.
Sophie and I would like to thank Mr. Ryan and Mr. Bennett for the opportunity to be a part of such a meaningful project, and we are very proud to be able to leave this impression on our school and our community.
Sorry. We also wanted to thank our advisor in Bulldog Manufacturing, Mr. Arthur Egink, since we couldn't have completed this memorial as successfully without his insights. Over the past 2 years, Sylvia and I have taken great pride in our work with Bulldog Manufacturing, and we're excited to contribute our skills to such a valued and significant part of our Alden community.
Thank you, girls. Incredible work.
Yep.
To close our ceremony this afternoon, I would like to acknowledge the following. Thank you to my family members here today to support me as always. My wife, Leanne, and my boys, Connor and Griffin. You are my inspiration. My mom and dad are also here in the audience with me. Thank you for being here to support me. Thank you both for coming. To Karen Moko, the village and town historian. We could not have done this project without her. She was our first contact and source of information throughout the project. Thank you, Karen. Unfortunately, she could not be here today due to illness. Again, to Sylvia and Sophia, two superstars with such bright futures ahead. The world is your oyster. Thank you for your creative genius. Mr. Egink and Mr. Turton for leading Bulldog Manufacturing. To Adam Stoltman, Superintendent of Schools, my colleague and friend. Thank you for encouraging me and supporting me through this goal from start to finish. To Dave Riggerman and Jim Potler from Buildings and Grounds for partnering with us to install the memorial. We appreciate you, as we do our high school custodian, Kevin Ferger. To all of the donors named on the program and represented here today, thank you for your generous support of this worthy undertaking. To our very special guests here today, the family members and relatives of the 14 fallen heroes, I believe we have Brett Gornowitz's aunt with us today, Lori Gornowitz-Salzbeck, members of the McCarthy family, and members of the Savage family. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. We hope that we have properly and respectfully honored your loved ones. Just a quick reminder that the Alden Memorial Day service is on Monday at 2 p.m. next to the War Memorial by the Community Center. Finally, please join us just around the corner in the auditorium foyer for a brief reception. Thank you to Trish Jakubowski and Food Service for coordinating the reception this afternoon. Thank you.